Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy VII walkthrough. We are still in the Gold Saucer. Boy, that was tough. The last video there, I did take care of the speed coaster. I grabbed the umbrella and did, you know, a little bit of a guide, I guess, on the speed coaster. Not a big fan of that these days. I don't know that I ever really was, but I feel like as I get older, I'm getting worse at it. So it takes me just a little bit longer to get what I want. You know, a few more times, but who knows? Maybe that's all in my head too. But anyways, we're heading to the battle square here, and yeah, it looks like we've got some dead bodies. So somebody doesn't like the Shinra troops, but apparently they don't like the people working here either. So, man with a gun on his arm. Wait, what? Okay, so maybe not Sephiroth. Did you guys do this? Whoa, hey, wait a minute, buddy. I must have been wrong. Yeah, you were. Dead wrong. Hurry and run, it's gonna get ugly. Well, don't run, dude. That's just gonna make him look worse. He just asked us if we were the ones that did it, and Ketchi's idea was to run instead of explaining what happened? I don't know. Seems like a bad move if you're innocent. Alright. Anyways, I guess that doesn't really matter. It's all for storyline purposes, okay? And whether or not we think that the writing was bad is irrelevant. Which I do, by the way, in this instance. There's a couple of spots in here where I'm like, really? Could you guys? And again, now I don't know if there was translation issues when this game was made. I have no idea. I could be. I'm trying to make excuses here, but for the most part, there's a couple of areas in the game where I'm like, I don't know, man. But, alright, so Dio throws us down, and apparently this is what happens when you, or whatever, this is like the trap door, I guess, of the battle square. And speaking of the battle square, I'm not going to talk too much about it, because you can't really do anything there quite yet. Obviously, you have storyline reasons for being there, but I actually don't remember if you can... you know, so you see Dio for the first time, I think, actually at the speed square, and then he, you know, says something to you. But I don't know if before you talk to him there, if you can go to the battle square and do any of the actual battles. I'm not sure, but I'll be honest, I don't really feel like it's worth the time at this point in the game. Later on, once I guess I would say once it becomes a little more relevant, or some of the rewards are a little bit better, then you could make a case for doing some of the battle square stuff. But as of, well, I guess I should say before we were so rudely thrown down here to rot, you know, I would not spend any time really at the battle square. I just don't feel like it's worthwhile. But anyways, all right. So Barrett here is not happy with us still, apparently. This one's been shot too. Alright, all these people have been shot. It's really throwing some bad mojo on Barrett here. It's making him kind of look like he's the one capping all these people. This area down here, apparently there's nothing down here. Yeah, lame. Just an empty treasure chest, so... not much reason to be down there, I guess. Alright, so anyways, for this area, specifically here in town, you have to be careful because there's bandits running around. And there's actually, you know, quite a few different types of bandits, I guess I would say, in the game. And they all share one thing at least in common, and that's that they'll oftentimes steal your items and then they'll try to run away. So as with the other bandits in the game, I would say pay attention for one. And if one of them does happen to steal something from you, make sure you kill it extremely quickly, because there's a good chance that they'll try to run away with it. So again, I would say strong magic attacks against them is always a good solution. I don't know why I did this. Ketchi does not stay in your party for very long at all. If at all. I think I only end up doing a couple of battles with him, and then I'll be calling it a day. But I think he comes with a transform materia equipped, and then I thought there was something else too. Maybe an enemy all. I don't remember though. But I don't really like him much, so I won't be having him in my party for very long. His limit breaks are just super lame, in my opinion. So I think I already interacted with that guy, but whatever. And then there's an NPC in here. Yeah, right there. This guy will just run around, and desert is extremely. Okay, so that guy's just saying stay out of the desert, essentially. I don't know why this guy runs around and chases you. I honestly don't. The only thing I can think of is as long as he's behind you, I think you'll run into battles with these bandits. So here they are. They're the ones in the back. And again, now I'm just going to summon and try to just destroy them immediately. Because I just don't want to deal with them. And I don't want to get my items stolen. And again, so the worry then with them as well is if you're trying to go for like a complete item list or something like that, for instance, like I think I actually at this point had a Vagarous Claw, and as well as like a Ghost Hand, and if they steal that and then run away, there's no way to get those back. And in the case of the Ghost Hand, those are not available anymore. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. It's I guess the crummy thing about them. But anyways, take them out quick. Use summons like I do here, or if they do happen to steal something, focus them down. If you don't have good summons, or sorry, if you're maybe out of MP or something like that, or whatever, just take them down quick. That's my recommendation, and I'm sticking to it. But other than that, so unfortunately though, we're going to have to keep dealing with these enemies for the time being. But yeah, anyways, I mean, to be honest, this area isn't too bad though. The enemies here actually are going down extremely quickly, which obviously is a good thing. But the other thing is once we get out into the desert areas, the enemies will change, and I don't believe there's any of the thief type monsters out there, so that's a good thing too. All right, let's head in here. This building, I think. Yeah. All right, so here's a little bit of storyline stuff. Didn't I tell you not to come here? I don't know, did you? He might have. Just hold on a second, we just want to talk. Uh-oh. Oh, who's he shooting at? Oh, that guy back there behind the couch. Totally thought he was going to cap some of our characters here. Apparently not the case. We're already involved. Tell us what's going on. Yeah, tell us. Heard that the murders at the battle arena was done by a man with a gun arm. Was that you? There's another man that got a gun grafted into one of his arms. It was 4 years ago. Why did they have to make Barrett speak like that too? Ugh, so bad. Alright, so here's Barrett and Dyne, and I think this is when, yeah, this is when Shinra attacks the town. So this is yet another flashback, if that wasn't obvious already. What the hell happened? And there, Barrett's got both of his arms. Oh! Alright. So I'm not really sure what they were doing here, but maybe they were working, I don't know, in the mine or something, or out of town. I guess it doesn't really matter, but for whatever reason, they were not at the town. Dyne, protect the village. Uh-oh. So I don't know who that old guy was, but they just capped him. Those darn Shinra soldiers. Woohoo. Here, you stay here. Shoot all day. I never hit him if you aim like that. Alright, so here's Scarlet. I forget exactly what department. So Scarlet and Heidegger are the like urban development. I don't know, that's one of them. And then maybe like the weapons program. I don't know if both of them are, you know, have sway with both divisions of Shinra, or if, you know, Heidegger is specifically weapons and Scarlet is urban development. I don't, or am I getting confused? Maybe, actually, I think maybe, was Reeve urban development? Ah, now I'm all confused. I'm the worst. Oh, this is what happens. This is what happens to me. This is what happens when you get old. Alright, anyways. Scarlet was here. Anyways, long story short, she's here on Shinra's behalf to kind of oversee the, I would assume, the destruction then of Coral. So, I don't know what the story here was with Barrett. Obviously, Dyne is somehow involved here, and it would certainly seem like he's still alive. But, alright, so here we're required to take Barrett along with us. I don't remember, did I take... I guess I took Eris with instead of Tifa? Nope, maybe not. Okay, I guess not. So let's get Barrett equipped. Okay, Shinra Beta apparently is what we're gonna go with here. Fear, sadness. Okay, whatever. So here, like I said earlier, I really shouldn't have even bothered monkeying around with Ketchi's materia. I'm just gonna end up putting it on Barrett instead. I guess we did do a couple of battles, but I mean, let's be honest, that little bit of AP that I gained then would really not have been missed. Okay. Looks like we can get some sleep here. All right, well, let's sleep in the cab of this truck. And for some reason, I've never seen a truck that's built like this, but it looked like it's got 3 bucket seats. Which, I mean, is cool, but it's super weird. Apparently this is some sort of Shinra truck, too. Kind of an interesting design here. Alright, who's this dude? I forget who this guy is. Mr. Coates. Yeah, we want to go up. We actually can't yet, but... Gold saucers, a garbage jump. That makes all of you scrubs. Wow. I don't even know what that word means. Scrubs? What's a scrub? Don't you scrub something to get it clean? So is that what that means? It's something that's unclean? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Should Urban Dictionary this. It's a huge, huge predicament I'm in, just not knowing the meaning of that word. Or not, you know, it's probably not. Alright, what do we got here? A bunch of these weird face things. Spinning face doll thingamajig. That's what I'm gonna call it. Shiva, pretty cool, I guess, in this game. At least cooler than Final Fantasy VI. I think my favorite version of Shiva is still Final Fantasy X. Version that is pretty cool. Alright, let's make our way down here. Oh, this is like the bar, I guess? I don't know. And I don't think... Gotta buy something that's really... I think this is the item shop. Yeah. Alright, so a bunch of... What was that? Potion, tent, and Phoenix Down? So I guess if you need any more of those, you can pick them up here. I didn't bother. I don't think I needed any. Alright, let's make our way out of here. Gosh, we have been here way too long. Another thief. Hoofta. Hoofta. Alright, some more diamond dust action going on here. Taking out all these baddies. That goofy claw weapon looks kind of strange on Barrett there, but what evs? Alright, let's make our way out here into the desert. Now, if I remember correctly, or am I... Oh, I'm jumping ahead here. We've got one more area to get through. I don't know why I'm not even going to check on that guy. He's just laying there on the ground. Probably passed out from heat exhaustion or something. But we don't care. We got places to be. Can't be stopping to offer people water. Can't be doing that. And for some reason that thing just healed me, I think. Yeah, that's really weird. Whatever, I'll take it. It's kind of crazy to see Cloud still using the hard edge too. Got a ton of use out of that weapon. Alright. So here's the reason for taking this exit out. Wait a second here. I guess I'm equipping some enemy skill materials. Yeah. Alright, so if you notice, you can actually enter the desert from the other screen as well, but if you enter from that side, you end up on the wrong side of this crater-looking thing. And then I just went one screen up, I think, and then one screen to the right, I think. I think that's what I needed to do here. Yeah. Alright. So if you find yourself here, you're in the right spot. And then just keep heading to the right, and you'll come across this, I don't know, it's kind of like a junkyard. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's what we'll call it. There's at least a couple of junked out cars here. And, alright, so this group of enemies here, I don't remember which one. I think the guy in the back does... Matra Magic, I believe. And then I think the two... I don't know what these goofy looking things are. But they will do Death Sentence, if I remember correctly. And then on top of that, they've got platinum. Is it platinum bangles? I think it was. So some new armor. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of those. And then, oh, I'm sorry. So they don't have death sentence. It was laser. So that's my bad. But we'll try to get that on. Yeah, we'll try to get that on our characters. That's an okay ability. It removes half of your target's health, which is obviously extremely powerful, but at the same time, it just doesn't land that much on many enemies. So keep that in mind. And now that I've taken out or grabbed everything I wanted, I'll just send these guys up into some sort of weird tornado thing. Finishing touch. Okay. And then I'm not sure if I spent any more time here getting more platinum bangles or not. I guess we're gonna find out. But you know, if you want 3 of them for all your characters, then oh no, there's only 2 slots and it's double. That's cool and everything, but that's just that's not something that I'm gonna bother with. All right, so I guess I'm unequipping my enemy skill materia, which whether or not that was a good idea, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but one other thing, actually, if you notice there in the previous battle, I had Barrett equipped with the manipulate materia, and actually I believe, was it Ketchi that came with that equipped? I think. I guess don't quote me. I don't actually remember, but I feel like he was the one that had it. And that material is actually fairly useful. Not every enemy is able to be manipulated, but oftentimes that will be the only way you can learn certain enemy skills. We'll go over that when the time comes, but you know, there's some specific ones there, and I did use it. I used the manipulate there to use or to get laser onto my characters, which obviously, again, whether or not you think that specific enemy skill is all that useful is up to you. I'll be honest, I don't like it one bit. I think it's crap, but you know, and again, that's really just because it doesn't work on everything, which I guess is fair enough. It's a pretty powerful, or would be a really powerful skill if it worked on, you know, everything, but I'm sure it's got its uses here and there. You know, I can think of a couple instances, like if you're trying to use morph on something, you know, at least then you can reduce the monster's HP by half, because unfortunately morph, which we don't have yet, it'll be quite a while before we actually obtain that materia, but that being said, you know, I could see laser being useful for you know, breaking down your target's HP before you try to start morphing, because unfortunately morph does very little damage. It's something like 1/10 of your normal attack strength, so you know, you can imagine it just does not, it's not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. So anyways, alright, so here he is. Here's Dyne. If you notice, there's the 2 crosses in the background. I assume that's supposed to be Dyne's wife, yeah, Eleanor, and Marlene. However, as we know, Marlene is still alive, and this is kind of the explanation here of who Marlene's father actually is. So obviously, again, Dyne being Marlene's biological father, and then I think the story is that and here I believe Barrett's actually explaining it, that after the fire, Barrett went into town and found Marlene still alive. Dyne, I don't know if he just automatically thought she was dead, I don't know, but apparently didn't go into town to verify, which kind of foolish, obviously, on his part, but hey, whatever. Stop dying, I can't die yet. Oh, I'm afraid you can. Apparently, Barrett's right arm shoots bullets, and his left arm blocks them. Stay out of it. It's my problem. So, fun little fight here, and by fun I mean probably not very, depending on how leveled up your Barret is. Now, Dyne here fights Barret by himself, or you could say, I guess, Barret fights Dyne by himself, however you want to say that. If you find Dyne to be difficult, I don't know, get good. No, I'm kidding. If you find him difficult, you may want to either level Barret. I don't know how much you really need to do that, but otherwise, there's some other things to do to beat him. I would say obviously I used, what was that, 2 casts of beta and he was down. Other ways to kind of help out is if you actually enter the battle with your limit break on, you could, unload 1 limit and then, hopefully over the course of the battle, build up enough of your limit break gauge to use it again, and that can help out. Otherwise, restore materia always helps. That's a more efficient way, I would say, of healing yourself as opposed to using potions. At this point in the game, potions really are just not going to cut it. I think Dyne was doing like 130 or so damage there, so, good luck trying to keep yourself healed up using that. But, whatever. Alright, so what was the battle was like over what, who gets to be Marlene's father or something like that? I don't know, it's super weird. Again, really weird plot dynamics, I would almost say. Seems silly. Like, come on, let's be honest here. Would this guy really, after thinking his daughter dead for all these years, would he really just be like, well, here's the deal, we're gonna duel. If I win, well, then I'm the dad. And if you win, well, I guess she's yours. Like, come on, man, really? I mean, I don't know. I guess he did just murder a bunch of people, so he's not exactly mentally stable. So I guess you can make that argument, I guess. Oh, poor Barret. All right. Anyways, I shouldn't try to guess what's going on in people's mind. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a professional here, people. All right. Anyways, we're here speaking with Mr. Coates again, and we are demanding to get out of this hellhole, or whatever you want to call it. I want to go up. I want to go up too. I want to go fast. For all of you Ricky Bobby fans, super random. I know. I don't know what made me think of that. Guess it was the I want to go up. The hell do you know? Ugh. Okay. So I don't know what this guy is wearing. Is he wearing is this guy wearing a turban, or is that a hat, or does he just have like platinum blonde hair? I really don't know, but it's probably Cisco in disguise. Does anybody even know who Cisco is anymore? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so Mr. Coates says the only way to go up is by winning the Chocobo race, and that is exactly what we're going to do, because we are going to be the best racers ever since forever. Have you decided? Yeah, we have. Excuse me. Send me up. All we need is a manager and to register a Chocobo. And this is Esther, our manager. She may look kind of fun. Does she really look funny? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to call that a funny look. She looks, I don't know, like a girl wearing a dress. I mean, you can't really make out much, I guess. The graphics here on Final Fantasy VII aren't always fantastic when it comes to character sprites. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay, so... taking the elevator ride up here, she will talk a little bit about chocobo racing. It is, I'll be honest, it's not that difficult. And I really actually like chocobo racing. Especially later on in the game, when you can actually race your own. Unfortunately here, I actually lost my first chocobo race. I felt pretty pathetic. Kind of a loser. But I think that, so the first chocobo that she gives you is kind of a piece of crap. It's kind of a jalopy. But as you lose, or if you lose once, she'll give you a better chocobo. And my impression was that the chocobo that she gives you gets better and better if you keep losing. So honestly, the hardest race to win is the very first one. Now, I'll be honest though, I'm fairly certain every other game I've ever played, or every other playthrough of this game, I've always won the first time, but apparently not this time. And I think partially the reason why I didn't win was because I didn't remember that you can actually restore your chocobo's stamina by holding, I believe it's the R2 and R1 buttons at the same time. So, you know, there's a couple of different things you need to know about the chocobo racing. Number one is that if you leave it on auto, the chocobos will just run around like crazy. And I really actually don't like using the auto race kind of function. I like to be able to actually control the chocobo. So I always hit select right away and turn it to manual. And then on top of that, I think if you tap the X, or sorry, the square button, it will make your chocobo speed up. And you know, not necessarily sprint though, because there's a difference between speeding up and sprinting. So tapping X will speed the chocobo's run speed up a little bit. If you do that though, I believe it actually will eat into your stamina. So, you know, it's up to you on whether or not you want to do that. Otherwise, you can just use sprint, which is holding, I believe it's holding the O button will make your chocobo sprint. And then you can actually slow your chocobo down as well using the X button. Again, I don't know about, you know, speeding up and speeding down. I don't know really how useful that is. Maybe there's something to it that I don't, or I haven't fully tried out. I guess I need to do some more experimenting with it. But normally what I always do is just right off the bat, I'll just sprint. And then try to keep, obviously, if you notice there on the bottom right, it says manual operation. So I'm obviously controlling the chocobo myself, and I'm not letting it just run around all crazy. Because unfortunately, when you leave it on auto, they'll kind of just run around and do crazy shit. So excuse my language, but they do crazy stuff. But so obviously you can see on the left-hand side, that's the stamina gauge. And again, if you hold R1 and R2, it'll actually restore it. And if you notice here, it's gradually dropping. And that's because I tapped the square button a couple of times. And I think right around now, I think I started tapping the X because I noticed I was going to lose or run out completely of stamina. And that would not have been a good thing. Because so that's the other problem. If you let your stamina meter run completely out, your chocobo starts to run extremely slow, and you'll actually see that happen. I ran it completely out once I realized that I was going to lose if I didn't do anything. And yeah, so here you go. So and that's the problem with doing that is then you just crawl, and then here I was trying to block the red one, but it didn't matter. I had already lost. So again, now that the partial reason why I lost that one is number one, because the first chocobo they give you is like completely crap, and then any subsequent races, I should say, the chocobos will keep getting better as you win. By the way, grab the Rama materia. Once you leave this spot, or once you win the race, you will not be able to come back here. So keep that in mind. So here Esther is gonna go grab us a new bird, a fresh bird, and hopefully we made that last one into fried chicken, because fried chicken is delicious. But all right, so here we are, getting all registered for the next race. Let's do this. Come on, Cloud, quit standing around, buddy. Let's go. We got races to win. We got birds to ride. Register you in the next race. All right. By the way, have you guys ever seen ostrich races? That is some hilarious stuff right there. I imagine that's what it's like to ride a chocobo. Oh, yeah. You know how to ride? Yeah, we just rode one. Are you kidding me? If you need instructions or forgot, I guess you could tell her that you don't know how to ride. But all right, so let's pop that guy back into manual. And here, this blue chocobo, or purple, whatever this thing is, was really a pain in the butt. He really fought me for first place. There we go. We took him out. Took him on the inside. That's how you win. This bird seems extremely slow as well, but that's okay. We're gonna win. Doesn't matter. We got this. Excuse me. All right. So the actual race track, I guess you can call it, changes depending on. Actually, mostly later on. For a time here after we win the races, we'll actually be back in the gold saucer, and at a certain point you'll be able to bet on the chocobo races, which to be honest, I don't really like. I think it's kind of a waste of time, but there's some, I don't know, I guess okay items that you can get early on, and I mean, I'll be honest, I think it's great, better for obtaining GP at this point in the game, but that being said, it's still not a very good way to do it. But anyways, there's multiple race tracks, and later on in the game when we actually get to race our own, I think depending on what race you pick, sometimes you'll take the long course and sometimes you'll take the short course. So anyways, all right, so here we've won finally. Took 2 times, unfortunately, because I forgot the the stamina recharge trick, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood, as the kids are saying these days. I think that's what the kids are saying. I don't really know. I don't know a whole lot of kids. Okay, so Dio was sorry for essentially jailing us, and he's decided to give us a gift. The gift being the buggy, and the gift is the buggy is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty cool. Obviously, fairly useful. We're going to need it. Recently met someone. He must have a bunch of fans, boys your age. That's probably true. I mean, I think a lot of people, obviously Cloud being one of them, looked up to Sephiroth. But anyways, yeah, the buggy. So actually, we'll go over all the cool new stuff and the new places that you can go with the buggy in the next video. As always, though, I hope this guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.